It's leaking, and it's leaking badly. Need to wait for it to cool down. Wow. Wow. I hope it's not too difficult to get to. Well, today is ruined. Oh boy, I hope I've got enough tools to fix that. Welcome back, guys. Today the Ford Escape has broken down for the first time. Not broken down really, it still works, but it's been losing water, and today is a warm day. It's about 28 degrees, 29 degrees Celsius, and drove it about 3 kilometers. It just lost a lot of water suddenly, started overheating. Luckily I'm near an auto parts shop here, Super Cheap Autos, so I managed to just get it here. It's actually got a hose that's losing oil. It's losing coolant. There's a hose that's bust. It's blown, so I gotta get down there. I've got my torch here. I hope I got enough tools in my car to get another one. So there it is down there. You might be able to just see it, but anyway, it's down there, believe me. There it is. It's cut. It's just a short one right there. You can see it. A short hose. And yeah, so now I'm gonna try to get that, extract that out of there. It's a V6. Luckily it's near the top. It's got a little bit of room. It's not too cramped, this car, but yeah, I still need to remove this cover, this intake. And if I don't have a tool, luckily I can just go inside the shop here and buy a tool that I'm missing. I've got some screwdrivers and things in the car. Oh, that's tight. That's very tight. Oh my goodness. There we go. Got that out. I'm gonna get some tools and start extracting this. So I'm back. Got some tools here. Got a bag of tools I always keep in the car with me, because I need this for work anyway, for property maintenance. Sometimes I'm fixing little things around people's property when I'm working. So yeah, I'm gonna get into this. I'll see how far I can get into this, and hopefully I can get it back on track. And it'll be a perfect time to actually put some fresh coolant as well, because every time I did notice, every time I put coolant, I'll just lose coolant very quickly. But now I know it's been leaking here, and I also need a new radiator. This radiator is getting a bit old, I believe. I think it needs a new one. You can see some of that corrosion, like a dusty looking stuff on the side of the radiator there, the white stuff. That's a sign of a slow leak. So this radiator looks quite easy to do actually on this one. I'll probably do a video on that as well. I'm gonna get another radiator. I might look for a second-hand radiator from a junkyard. Save on money. I'm not a rich guy. Business, working for yourself, sometimes yeah, you learn the value of money very quickly. So right now I just need the car going. I might check the price of a new one, but most likely a second-hand one is probably going to be the best thing for this car. I'm trying to use one hand here, sorry guys. Oh boy, how am I going to do this one-handed? This is why I don't film usually, guys, because it's just very hard. It's very hard. I'm trying to move fast for my job. Trying to move fast. Try not to waste time. And working by yourself, filming and all that stuff, everything takes twice as long when you're filming. So time is money. I want to get going. Oh, actually I'll take this off first. I'll pause the video so I can get my tools correct. Alright, so now I've got a longer extension on it. I'm going to take this engine cover off. I've actually just noticed it's missing a bolt here. So when I go to the wrecker one of these days, I'm going to source for some missing parts. It needs a couple of things. It also needs, while I'm here, I'm going to show you quickly. It's also missing two fog lights. There's a fog light, should be in there, but there's no fog light. So I need to replace it, and that one too. I have no idea why they're missing. Perhaps it had a minor accident and they cracked and they took them out and never replaced them. But I've heard from my brother that they have some of these at the wreckers. They've got some Ford Escapes at the nearby wrecker, so I might get down there and start sourcing out some of these parts. It's very, very important for my work, this car. It's been working so hard. And winter and summer is coming. Well, actually, it is the first week of summer here in Australia, in Melbourne. Summer, so we're gonna get some hot temperatures. I need this car cooled down. I need to make sure it's cooling down as much as possible. The last thing you want is overheating your engine in the heat. It won't get very far. And I think that's why this hose has blown, is that it got too hot, couldn't hold the pressure, and it's been leaking slowly over a few weeks possibly. And today was just that day, just had it. Yesterday I did feel it. I put plenty of water. By the time I came back home in the night, it was behaving as if the temperature was really high. It was ticking a little bit. Sometimes engines would knock and tick a little bit when they start to overheat. And it was doing that, so it didn't make sense that I just put water in that day, and for it to start to give warnings of overheating last night, it was surprising. But I didn't think much of it. I thought, it's just one of those things. It's one of those things. Let me take this off with my other hand. Sorry guys, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm still working on this car. Right now I'm on this position. I've taken out the engine cover. It's on the floor. Now you can see the engine is a little bit more exposed on what I'm doing. That's a nice car, nice sound. So now it's just a matter of creating space to get to that hose right there, that split. Right down there. There it is, it's split. I'm gonna take out this engine cover. Let's take this out of the way. There it is. I'm gonna take this off. Oh, that was easy. Gotta take the intake off. Oh, good time to inspect the air filter as well. Airflow meter. There it is there. Looks complete, looks good. Nothing wrong in there. Throttle body. Good time to inspect the throttle body. I might even give that a clean while it's open. Or, wipe it with a rag. Just a rag helps. It does help a lot. Let's check this filter. Alright, the filter looks average. I'd say it's still good. It's hard to see. Gotta put it against the sun. Gotta do it against the sun. It blew right into my face. Alright, let's do it the old-fashioned way. Let's just do it the regular way. Yeah, it's got dust in it, but it's good enough. I'll leave that for future. What I'll do is, with these filters, the best thing to do is to bang them out like that. See all that dust? That's as good as it's gonna get. Okay, we'll keep that there. Now I've got more of a clear shot at what I'm looking for now. This is the bit here. This is where I wanted to be, and this is where I am. Wow, it's good. It's really nice. I like the way Ford has done this. It's so easy to work on. It's really not that bad. Wow, even this water pump pulley, the water pump is just there. Like this pulley here, the next pulley down, which is just that one there. That's a water pump. Look how clear it is. That is, I was really dreading that it might be overheating because of a water pump. But even if it was a water pump, I'll be so happy to change that pump. It's just so easy. This car is amazing. Honestly, guys, now I'm even more happier with this car because how easy it is to fix. Imagine if the water pump was on this side. It would have been a disaster. Most cars have it on that side of the engine, but look how cramped that is. Very cramped. But this side at the top, it's even got a new belt, which means they've done this before recently. Oh man, that's just beautiful. And the other thing I like about this engine is that look at the starter motor right there. Right there, that's a starter motor right there. This thing here I'm touching here, that's a starter motor. It's at the top of the engine, at the top of the gearbox. I can easily reach that. Oh, guys, got something on my throat. I can easily reach that. No problems, no sweat. I can do this in the dark. Honestly, I could do that in the dark. It is so easy. I've had some cars that are just stupid to work on. This, Ford, I think Ford and Toyota are the best at designing engines and just the machines. I just can't believe how good it is. Look how the radiator, guys. I'm just gonna admire the artwork on this. The architecture of this car, the engineering. Look at this radiator at the top. Take these bolts out. One, two, three. 3 bolts. Remove these ones. That bracket comes out. And look at where it is. It's not inside. It's on the other side of the front of the engine of the car. Take this panel off with this bolt. Boom. And you got clear access to your radiator. You just slide it out. You take this off as well. Just loosen that off from here. That little screw there. And this will just slide out like a cartridge. I'm going to call this, it probably is, it's a cartridge style radiator. It's a cartridge, just goes in like a disc, like boing. Just drop it in. You just drop it in and out like a cassette. It's a cassette. Look at this. Toyota, yes, this car is a trooper. I would be comfortable taking this car in a bush. The way I'm seeing things, obviously it's not the best, but my research is telling me that this car can really go out there, can really take you far in the bush. I have to be very careful. The only problem is it's got a lot of plastics here. These connections are plastic. Oh, my thing's stuck. The only thing is you have to be so careful. This is a hard plastic where they're connected. So removing this, you gotta study it, see how it's connected. I don't want to break it. Okay, so it's free. It's floating. Good. It's floating. I'm gonna have to remove that clamp and the other clamp, and we're in business. Let's see if I have that's a bit big. Can this one reach? Wow. Ooh, look at that. Perfect. This is my special tool. I've had this too. This pliers, I've had these pliers for about 10 years. 10, 12 years I've had this. Maybe even longer, I'm not sure now. But look guys, I'll show you what brand it is. It's been around that long. This, if you don't know, then you just don't know. Uh-oh. You can't see it. I thought it was going to be printed on. Anyway, guys, this is a snap-on. Oh, the actual brand is rubbed off. But believe me, this is a snap-on tool. Very strong. Look at that. So strong. You could put a spanner here and turn it. You can bash it. As mechanics, you know, we've bashed this so many times. So many mechanics, senior mechanics, junior mechanics have borrowed my tool. They've borrowed this tool so many times and bashed it, and it's still around. Look at, you can bash this top. That's years of hard work in there. Now the other thing I need is, wow, I've got just enough tools in here to do the job, I believe. I think I'm almost there. The only thing I'm gonna need is some WD-40 to help slide. I'm gonna get a long hose actually, so I can just oh boy. Ooh. What car is that? It's making that noise. Sounds interesting. This car over there, I think it's a Volkswagen or can't even say the name of that. Can't even say the name. Cesaro or Socaro. Wow, look at this, guys. I just pulled this a little bit and look what happened. I just pulled a little bit and it started moving. Boy. I'm not wrestling it as I thought I was gonna have to wrestle this thing, but still it's not moving yet. It's not free. I've gotta find a way. These holes are swollen up badly. Oh, there it is. It's an eye. It's an eye. Oh. Ooh. Boy. Let me just pause the video for a second. Oh, I got my Persuader special magical tool here. It's I spread some WD-40 on it. I think I need to spray a little bit more, just to help loosen that and help it slide off a bit easier. Otherwise I'll be wrestling it. I don't want to do that. If you start wrestling with these plastic bits, you could create a whole new set of problems. So you have to be very, very gentle. When you're working on cars, there's a fine balance between aggressiveness, being very aggressive, knowing when to be aggressive and when to be gentle, like super gentle. Right now it's time to be super gentle. But I'm just having trouble sliding that clamp on. That's the problem with the clamps like that. Those spring clamps, they're difficult to move when the hose is stretched the way it's stretched. It just becomes a nuisance. It becomes a big job. I think I got it. I think I got it now. Now we're moving. Okay. So being aggressive and being gentle all at the same time. As a young mechanic, when I was still an apprentice, I remember those days breaking so many parts. I didn't know how to be aggressive. I didn't know how to be gentle. When I was aggressive, when your boss tells you to be more aggressive, you become too aggressive and you break everything in the workshop. When they tell you to be gentle, you become so gentle you can't get anything done. And then you end up complaining and saying, but you said to be gentle. When you break it, you said, when it's broken, you said to be aggressive. And then like, you have to learn balance. It's all about balance. Knowing when to be aggressive and when to be gentle. So this is our part here. Let's see if we can have a look inside. Yeah, so that's where it's broken there. I'll reuse all the clamps. I'll take this inside so they can match up the holes and give me the right one. Alright guys, it's time to go to the store. Super cheap auto store. Okay, I have got a new hose. I got a replacement. This one was the cheapest one. It's a straight one. It's obviously too long. I will cut that down. I'll trim it down to this right size. Yeah, and we should be good. So here we are. About there. Give it a quick measure. And then what I will do, I'll get my pen and I'll give it a mark roughly where I think. I might even make it just a little bit shorter because the old one is probably stretched, expanded. These things, they deform after a few years, so it will make it easier for me to put it on. I've got plenty to play with here. If I make a mistake, I can start again. So I'm gonna cut it right there. Okay, here we go. What will I use? Let's see, how am I gonna film this? It's either with this razor blade. You have to be very careful with the razor blade because one slip and your finger is done. One slip and you get onto your finger. Oh man, this razor is not very flat. It's not very sharp. It's struggling. Perhaps I should use a tin snip. That works as well. A wire cutter. It's going through now. It's not the best. Hey. What can you do on the side of the road or in a public car park? And I'm almost through, guys. I've made it. It's almost perfect. It's almost perfect. I'll show you my cut. Look at that. Look at this. Look how well I've cut it. Isn't that perfect? With just by eye. Perfect, almost like a machine. Okay. And now what I'll do, again with a little bit of grease them both up. That way it just slides. That way it slides on very easy. Give that a clean as well. Get all the debris or the old debris that is in the way. That might cause a small leak. Gotta make sure the seal is perfect. Let's give it one more spray. Proper spray. That's it. And now I need to get the clamps on this thing. I'll quickly show you how I put on these clamps the easy way. Look at that. Using can you see that, guys? With one of these multi-grips. Yeah, but there is a special tool that you can actually buy that will allow this to be much easier. So I've managed to slip that on one side. Now it's the other side here. Let's see if it will. There we go. See how that easily goes on with a bit of WD-40. Just a little bit of oil, and now I can turn that. I can turn that to where I want, so I can reach it. I think about there might be a good position. Okay. Now with the fancy tool. It's gonna be a bit of a challenge. Once again, there's just not much room here. I'm gonna remove that. Out of the way. Out of the way, guys. And these stupid flies. I got no hands to wipe away, to shoo away the fly. Come on, stupid fly. There's a fly is trying to just, it's annoying. As soon as I got no hands, it comes around. Trying to this is a difficulty in working with one hand. So this is what I do. Now I'm gonna have to pause the video, get this one on, so there's no other way for me to film this unless yeah, I don't think there's another way for me to film this. Yeah. Oh guys, I'm really trying. I'm trying to give you a video, but yeah, it's not easy. Absolutely not easy at all. Okay, here we go. I think we got somewhere now. I got my hands free. Oh, let me just stretch my back. My back is starting to get tired from bending into the engine bay for so long. I'm already tired. I've been working, guys. I'm supposed to be on another job at my next client's place in the next 15 minutes, 20 minutes. But here I am playing around with my old car. That's why in business a lot of people have new cars, because they really don't want to be doing this and potentially losing money. Oh, sorry, my mistake. I knocked it, didn't I? How to knock it? Now I can't get my position again. Okay, here we go. Now the other clamp. The other clamp is stuck. What the hell? Why isn't it move? It's not loose enough. Bit of grease, bit of spray, grease penetrant. That will make it much easier, and it does. Make sure I've got the right angle on that. 2 hands on it. Tighten it. And then I'm going to put some coolant in it, because I got brand new coolant for this car as well. This time the coolant should stay. This time the coolant should stay in the car, in the engine. The last time I did this, it was a waste of money. I put coolant in it when I first bought it a couple of months ago, and it leaked out, and there's no coolant, it's just straight water. I gave up on putting coolant in it just because of that. Okay, looks like we are good now. Look at that, beautiful, done. Now it's time to put the coolant in and start reassembly. I have to start reassembly of the vehicle. I'll put in some coolant. I wonder how much is supposed to put in this one. 500 ml per 10 liters. This one is probably going to hold about 4 liter, 4.5 liter. Just say 4 liter is a normal amount. But look, I just do it by eye. I kind of know roughly how much to pour in. It's better to have a little bit more than not enough. The best thing is to just pour it in. Is that per 10? Yeah, so that should be enough. Doesn't need much. I've probably put a little bit more than, just a little bit more. But knowing this car and this engine, it's not completely sealed. As I told you, this radiator needs to come out soon. It's going to be the next thing to be fixed. It's leaking. There's some drips through the sides right there. So it's going to lose some coolant anyway. It will level out, it will dilute because I'll keep adding water. And I've got some water in the back. Good for me because I'm a window cleaner. I've got plenty of water. Oh, there we go. One arm lift. I just snatched that. Snatched it with one hand, one arm. And here we go. Now I need 2 hands again. Can I do this? Maybe I could. Here we go. Looks like we're going to be back on the road. Back in operation. This is good. Ooh. It can't be full. It's too soon. It needs more than that. I'll have to run the engine to make sure it's circulated all the way through, because I know this would take a lot more than just a few drips like that. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back together. I'll put it back together, make sure everything's back to where they were, and then we'll give it another try. But I want to make sure that that throttle body is cleaned as well before I do any more, which is basically I'll show you what I would normally do. I don't have the equipment with me right now, but what I used to do, or what we used to do at the shop, again, this is magic stuff. A little bit of that in there. Whoa, I need that tissue, and I'm gonna give it a wipe. Don't let it sit in there too long. You need 2 hands. You need to open it here like so, open it and get in there with a rag and just give it a wipe. So that's what I'm gonna do. This video is gone long enough. I've only got a few percentage of video of battery, so I need to stop. Anyway guys, you've seen what's going on. I'm signing out. It's gonna be done. Alright guys, this is now like probably part 2 in my video. Remember I had the look just a few, well, to me it's only an hour and a half ago. I fixed the car, and I put everything back together, but guess what? Everything's back off again on the side in the car park in front of Super Cheap Auto. And Super Cheap Auto just closed. They just closed about 10 minutes ago. And guess what? My car's still not fixed. My car's still not fixed, and I'll show you why. Remember I was saying I have to be so careful with these cars. There's so many plastic bits. Well, I replaced what I could see was wrong with the car. That was not good. But guess what? Further down, way deep under here where the water pump sat a plastic hose fitting right here. Now this plastic hose fitting, guess what? It snapped off. It was so old, I could see here it was already seeping out where the light, where you can see here, it was already cracked. It was already leaking a little bit right here. I just finished it off when I was changing it. Thermostat looks good. So this is gonna be a genuine only part, I'm really sure. Look at this hose fitting right here. This is a plastic hose fitting. It's a very spectacular looking thing. Thermostat housing in a plastic casing, and then it goes down here, makes a Y. There's a Y connection, a Y junction with a T or whatever you call it, L, elbow joint there, going down to another one back there, another fitting way back here. So it's a bit of a mess of a plastic fitting. This one will be genuine only, I can tell you that. Now where it's broken off, I don't know if you can see, there's a water pump right deep down there. That's the water pump. You can see the pulley. That's a pulley for the water pump. And right behind the water pump, there's another. Oh, let's see if I can get you closer. There's another connection right down here. You can see that. It's broken off there, completely clean, broken off. There's nothing for a new hose to connect to. So looking at that, I think this is gonna be a new water pump job. I don't see any other way around it. And I'm way deep down there. I don't even know if I've got enough tools to do this job right now, because I'm currently working on my brother's car at his house, the ZX, and I'm thinking that some of the tools that I might need for this job, I think I will need to go and get those tools. And oh boy, it's deep down. Yeah. Luckily it's a Ford Escape. It's not gonna be too difficult, I think. Here I can get this out probably. I might even give it a go right now. I'm just disappointed that after all that work I did to replace this, which needed to be done, as you can see, when you touch one thing, the next thing that you touch, you just have to sneeze on the next pipe. If it's plastic, if it's a plastic connection, good luck getting it off without breaking it. There was nothing I could do there. There's nothing. It was gonna break. It's almost as if it's designed to break. Like, you can't really take that hose off without jiggling and actually shifting this whole thing. This whole thing has to shift when you're taking it off. So there's a bit of flexibility here, but not much. But obviously this pipe was just so old, it was bound to break. There was nothing I could do. It was gonna break no matter what. So I'm not feeling bad. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I know this. It's just annoying that now I've got more work to do. I'd like to use this car tomorrow, which means I need to call Ford. I need to call Super Cheap Auto. I need to call around to see where I can get a new part. Second hand, I'm doubting a second hand part will be any good here. Look, I'm scared. I'm really scared, because what if I try, what if I remove the whole pump and I find that, look at that, that's just so easy to move that. There must be a tool that you can use to shift this. Oh, there we go, right there. So looks like I could just sorry guys, you cannot see what I'm doing, but I'm struggling to get I'm trying to get the belt off. It doesn't want to come off easily. They've designed it in such a way. Damn, they really didn't play around when they were making this little tensioner here. I need to get serious with it. Okay, got it. So I managed to get that off. What an unfortunate event. I'm gonna put it up there so it doesn't get lost. And I've run out of torch battery, guys. I got no torch, so my phone is gonna have to be my torch here, which means I'm gonna have to stop filming because I'm on the side of the road here. I need to get this stuff. Oh boy, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. Let me think about this. Let's think about this. Pump. Okay. The good thing is I've disconnected that pulley, so when I drive it, there'll be no water pumping out. I'll have to drive it dry, and I have to figure out where I'm gonna leave the car. Maybe behind. I have to figure out where I'm gonna leave this car. I will possibly leave it over there in front of those shops, hidden away, because yeah, it's a bit risky and open here. I don't like the openness here. It's too much. Look, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk behind the shop here. Let's just shut that for a second. Let me get look at that. Where's the keys? I want to leave my keys here. I'm gonna take a quick walk. To the back of the shops. See if I could sneak my car back there. I feel like it could be a safer place to leave my car than in this open field, because once it's midnight, there'll be no cars here. Look, it's already empty. It will stick out like a sore thumb unless I park it over there at McDonald's. But again, I don't want to leave it at McDonald's in the middle of the night. They might call the police. You never know what they do. I doubt they'll call the police. I think I'm just more worried about leaving my car outdoors. This is a good spot as well. Perhaps over this side. I could leave it here, park it nicely. Not there, can't leave it there. I was thinking of leaving it down this side, but as you said, they told me that in the morning trucks come through here for deliveries and bin collection. So it looks like I definitely won't be able to leave my car here. Yeah, I don't want them to call the tow truck to move my car. I possibly could, but the unfortunate thing is, oh, there's water back here. Ah, fantastic. Oh man. Oh, that's so good. Oh my, it's a warm day too, so I needed that just to cool off a little bit. Look at my hands there. Mechanic hands today. Not cleaner's hands, mechanic hands. Guys, so now you know what mechanic is all about. Mechanicking sometimes is annoying. That is one of the worst things that happens in mechanicking. Being a mechanic, you might think that you fixed the car. Say for example, if that wasn't my car, there's nothing I can do back here. Ooh, boxes. Well, at least I know where I can get boxes. If that wasn't my car, for example, if that was a car in a workshop for a customer, and I fixed it, I worked on it for a few hours, put the part in, and then they came to collect it, and if they try to drive it away, it would have been leaking, and then it would have been quite embarrassing to tell them that, for them to tell me that the car that they just paid for is still leaking. And then what would happen? They would have to leave their car another day. Then I have to wait for another part, wait for a part to arrive, replace that part. Hey, replace that part, and then maybe then they might drive away. Imagine I did all this work, change the pump and everything, to find out that there's a third leak. And all this stuff, these scenarios, guys, it happens in the world of cars. When you're fixing cars, you can never promise anybody anything. You try to not to promise anything. I think that's the best way to go as a mechanic. If someone says, "Can you fix my car?" you better have to say, "Maybe I can give it a try, but I can't promise you anything." Even if you're a qualified mechanic, you still cannot promise anything, because, as you've just seen, obvious part replaced. But because you replaced this one, now you're going to replace this one. Because you're replacing this one, you got to replace the water pump. And because I'm replacing the water pump, I got to put more coolant again. Fresh, new coolant again. Which means I've wasted coolant. And being on the side of the road, I should have just put water in it like I did before, driven it with water. At least then if it leaked out, I would have only lost water and I wouldn't have had this mess of coolant on the floor. Wasted. It's best to, when you fix a car like this, fix it, put water in it, let it run, make sure there's no other leaks, and then come back to it another day, the next day or so, or when it cools down later in the day, and then put coolant in it. Because you can't promise anything. Now, I'm gonna have to go home by bus, resurrect my Supra, which I haven't driven for months. Just the thought of it. Get the Supra out, and then drive around, get the part for this car. Maybe secondhand, but then the problem with secondhand, the same thing is bound to happen here. It's gonna crack. It's going to crack. How safe do I feel buying a secondhand part? Not very safe, honestly. It's something that I don't even know what to say, guys. I don't want to say it. It's just really upsetting. I don't even want to say what I need to do. I know what I need to do. I just don't want to say it. It's gonna have to be a court. It's gonna be a court to I don't want to say it. I'm gonna have to make a call to Mr. Ford himself and say, "Mr. Ford, would you happen to have a fresh, brand new water pump from your factory?" Oh, and it's a hot day today too. Good time to have a coolant leak. First week of summer in Australia, in Melbourne. First week of summer. And yes, overheating issues. Boom. It happened. It's gonna have to be a brand new water pump because this is a press fitted part. It's plastic, but it's press fitted into the water pump. That's what it looks like to me, and I'm sticking with it. That's my ruling. So let me see. Well, if I replace this pump, at least I know it's flowing. I know then it's good. Don't have to worry about it anymore. Don't have to worry about it in summer. The only thing I need to worry about is this. I know this needs to be replaced too. So even this, I can't be too comfortable. The radiator, I need that out of here. I will save up some money for the radiator. Replace that as well. This one I could possibly get one from the wrecker. This one I could, safely get from the wrecker. I would say I can check that, make sure it's good. Replace it. Oh boy. Eesh. Oh boy. We'll see, guys. We'll see. All right, guys. I've babbled on long enough. Let me get to work. Let's see what I can do here. I might even try to get that pump out of there right now. Have a good look at it, and then we'll see you on the next part, I guess, part 3 of this video. It's one of those days. Stuck out here now. Ford Escape. Well, Ford Escape, you let me down today. But you got old. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Ooh, some cookies. Some biscuits. Yes. This will keep me going for a little bit longer while I wait for there's a bus. I probably just missed my bus. Don't worry, there's a station just nearby. The station is over there. And I got McDonald's right over there so I can have something to eat. If I get hungry, I could be here. I'll be here for a long time. I think this is what time is it? Let's see. It is 6:30. I'll probably go home around 9. Just before dark, I'll leave. I'll find a place to stash this car. Oh, nice car. That's what I need, a new car. Let me get in there, let me get these cookies going. This thing's like a camper van, man. Once I leave for work, I take supplies. Because I don't know what I'm gonna be tackling. Try not to touch the biscuits with my hands. Look at my hands, are still dirty. My bus. My bus. Another bus. Well, I'm missing every bus today. Anyway. You can't be angry, right? This situation is just one of those funny situations. You just have to solve it. You have to figure out a way to solve it. There is always a way. I have to figure out where I'm going to leave my car tonight safely without having to get a ticket. I don't want to get a ticket. I need to park it somewhere where it can stay all night. And so I'll be here early in the morning. As soon as the shop's open, I'll be here. Which means I'll be taking the first bus. Oh, no. Yeah. I'll take the first bus in the morning. Get here. Order the new part. Or I might not even get the bus. I might actually get the Supra. It's not registered. I need to get some temporary registration. I can get that online. That will give me permission to drive that unregistered vehicle to Eureka. Then I can get, what can I do? I can get a new part, a new pump, maybe even a new radiator at the same time. Yay. And I'll call Ford, find out how much they cost for a new one. I'll make the comparison. I'll get the whatever is affordable. I might even get a second-hand one. Just forget about new, because new, I've got projects to do right now, guys. I've got projects to do. It's almost Christmas. I got work to do. I can't afford to be idle for too long. Rent. Because after Christmas, it might get quiet. Business-wise, it might get quiet. And if it gets quiet, because all the shops will close for a few days, not all, but most, I need to, I can afford then to rest a little bit as well. But I can't rest for too long. I need money. And the escape is going to need money for new parts. So the plot just got thicker. Man, that's life. Man. And without this car, I can't even do all the work that I want to do. Because some of the jobs require me carrying some heavier things, and nah, the Supra won't be able to do it. Okay, that's enough. Look where I'm up to, guys. It's part 3 of this breakdown. Look what I'm doing. I've already removed one bolt from the water pump. I've taken off the belt, so it's free spinning now. This pulley is free spinning. Ooh, could use some grease in there. And there's my spanner down there, my ratchet. I've got about 2 more bolts to remove or to loosen. It looks like I can fit. Oh, I need to create some room here. It looks like I'm able to reach almost, I think I can reach all of them. Yeah. Ford Escape, you let me down today. So that's, I got one more which is kind of hidden way down there. I hope I can reach it. That's a lucky last one. The last one is always the hardest one. I don't know if I'm gonna. I hope I don't break another hose trying. That's the problem with this, is that the harder you try, there's not much space. If you push against something plastic, you could end up breaking another pipe. But it looks like it's safe down there. I don't think there's any more plastic pipes down under. I need this one. It's a little bit too short for now. Need to extend it a little bit. Eesh, guys, I am so limited right now. I'm so limited. All my tools are just like that. I'm just using this little tool box and one of these. If I can get through all of those bolts just with this, I'll be so surprised. Now, I hope this camera is filming the right direction. I hate it when it's when it starts to rotate on me. Let me see if I can Let me see what's going on here, guys. I'll just pause you for a second. Okay, let's just hope it's filming the right angle. There's a water pump, guys, way down there, but on the side. Look, it could have been worse. I've worked on way worse cars than this. In fact, I'm surprised how few tools I've had to use so far. Normally, to do a water pump, you need a lot more tools than just one little tiny socket set. I'm using one socket set, two screwdrivers, and pretty much with that's what I'm using, and one vice grip. I'm there. Oh, I'm on it. It's very slippery down there. It's not staying on. Okay, I think I'm gonna need two hands. Ooh, I'm on it. I can turn it, I think. Ugh. Oh, it's coming loose. I can feel it. Yep, it's loose. It's loose. I just need to do it by hand now. So with that said, where can I put the camera so you guys can see as well? That's the problem right now. I'm having camera issues. I want to take you to the spot, to the exact spot, the spot that I am working on, the exact spot. How can I do that? Oh. All right. Oh. I'm trying to give you guys some angles so you can see what I am doing. I'm doing this at the shops. Damn. You're probably wondering, why don't I just tow it? I've actually got a towing membership. The only problem is I haven't updated my information. It's still showing as they don't know that I'm driving this car. They think on the registry they've got the Toyota Supra, because I actually used it last a couple of months ago, say 4 months ago, 5 months ago. It broke down. I got it towed. It was an alternator. Alternator jammed up in the middle of a drive. Got it towed. I got it towed. Oh, that's tight, that one. How come it's tight? It was loose before. So since that time, I haven't updated my membership. So when I give them a call tonight, I'll update it. And when I update it, technically they're not allowed to come and tow me tonight. I think it has to be 24 hours or 12 hours, something like that. 12 hours or 24 hours before they can tow my new car. So to them, this is a new car because they don't know about it. Therefore, they will probably most likely refuse to tow it. And if I want it towed tonight before the 24 hours, I will have to pay them a towing fee. Unless they feel very generous and help me out and just, pretend it never happened and just pretend this has always been the car. Oh boy, that's a long one. It's a long boat. Whoa. Oh, yeah. That's a long boat. Look at that boat. I have have to remember where that came from. We're at the back in the center. Okay. Right at the back in the center is a long one. I'll take the bottom ones out completely. That way. Oh, short one. So the rest of them are short like that. They're all short. I don't know why one had to be different. Yeah, we'll find out once it's out. So I'm just removing all the bolts. I'll pull off the pump and have a good look at it. See what we're working with, what we're buying next. Oh, it's slippery now. It's getting. Old cars. This is what happens when you drive an old car, guys. For work, for business, especially for business, you can't just call in sick to your boss. If you're the boss, you're the boss. I can't just call myself and say, hey Maz, feeling, well, my car's not well, so I'm not coming to work. Nope. If I don't go to work tomorrow, I don't earn money. See, right now, my day has been cut short. I could have possibly done one more clean, because most of my jobs are cleaning jobs. I do some lawn care now as well. I started doing lawn care as part of my service that I'm offering my clients. I think that's going to be my next venture, is to continue promoting the lawn care. As long as I can do it, I'll give it a try. It's not easy work, I know. It's not easy. You still gotta go out there. Oh, it's loose. Now, is there one more bolt holding it somewhere? What's going on? Okay, one more up there. One more. Up the top. Big holes. Clamp. I'm just moving the clamp now from the top here. Things are damn flies. What the hell? Why doesn't it want to come out? Is there one more bolt that I'm not seeing, guys? Oh, there is one more. There is one more. Just up here. It's coming apart, this thing. It's coming apart. This pump is in two parts and it's coming apart as I am. Oh boy. So, okay guys, this is becoming another issue already. I can see this is not a pump. The pump, it will. Ooh, let me get this out of there. This is not the pump. This is a pump, but it's not what I was expecting. You'll see soon. See, that's a pump. I just removed the pump now. The pump looks in good condition. Spectacular good condition. Original part, most likely from Ford. And okay, so that's the way it sits, like that. Sorry guys, I'll be with you in a second. I'm just studying this thing, just having a good look. All right, fantastic. So so the pump is out now. It's the housing. Oh boy, it's becoming complicated. It's becoming very complicated. Ay. Come on guys, honestly. It's a housing. It's a pump housing. It's not a pump. Well, it just got more complicated. Well, guys, it just got a little bit more complicated, and I'll show you why in a minute.
because wow. The more I open it, the more hoses I'm finding are bad. There's another bad hose right underneath. It's damn. Okay, so I'm gonna need another hose. Oh dear. It's not leaking yet, but if I'm gonna go this far to replace a pump and a housing, I might as well replace the hose that it's attached to. Alright guys, let me get you there. Oh wow. Let me see, which way am I holding you now? You're probably gonna be upside down, I don't know. Here we go. Here's the pump right there. I got it out. The pump, I would say it's got a small leak on the whip hole. I will further inspect this pump. This pump I would probably reuse. We'll see what happens if the pump comes with a new housing. I don't think it would. So here we go. The pump, it actually looks like a very nice new, the unit is not too old. I'm gonna leave this in. I'm gonna say that this pump was replaced in the last 10 years. It's not the original one, I don't think. It looks newish. Not new, it's old new. The whip hole is leaking a tad right underneath the pulley right there. There's a little bit of moisture down there. Not moisture, but I can see a little bit of what we call corrosion or coolant that's corroding away. And that's why it's so flaky down there, right there. This white stuff. Okay, not the main problem. All right, that's out of the equation now. Now the problem now is this thing. Is that thing. That thing at the bottom right there. This is where it cracked off. That's where it's broken off. Right here. Right there. That's where it's broken. That's a housing. It's a big one. Now, right at the back there, there's a hose right at the back of it. A smaller hose that's attached to it. And I can't pull that because it's attached. So I need to get that off. But that rubber hose back there that I'm actually talking about, right down there, that one. That rubber hose back there, it's all going a bit mushy, like when rubber has been in contact with engine oil for a long time, probably a couple of years, many years, oil has been leaking on it, it becomes soft. So that's what's happened there. It's become soft, and I would say that very, very likely that hose is gonna blow soon. It will blow either when I put it back together, because I'm pulling and tagging on it. It will most likely won't last long now. So what's happened is replace one hose, taking out the pump, thinking that the pump now is a problem. So they only discover that the pump and the housing are separate. So I need to take out the housing and buy a new housing, put the old pump to the new housing. But before I do all that stuff, I also have to find a new hose to go from the housing to the bottom of the engine, to wherever that's going, replace that too. Otherwise, we're not gonna go very far for too long. We're gonna be blowing hoses left, right, and center. That's what's gonna happen here. And this is the oil. You see that oil? That is the stuff that got onto, that is actually that's what's on the hoses, or the rubber hoses. If it stays on the rubber hoses for long enough, look, I'm even cut myself right there. I've cut myself. If it stays on the rubber hose for long enough, it will dissolve the rubber hose. that's what happens. And it will dissolve this one as well, whatever the leak is.
Just like it did with this one, it swelled up. You can see it's all bubbly in the middle. It's all plump because oil got on it. It got soft and it expanded until it poof, until it blew. Oil does not like, well, hoses don't like. Rubber does not like oil. You have to use a special type of rubber if you want to use it for oil. It's a very different rubber. It's more expensive too. Okay guys, part 3. I think part 3 is gonna end here. I think I'm gonna get down there, remove that. Okay guys, I'm gonna continue a little bit. I'm gonna pause this video. I'll come back to you, see what happens. Guys, voila, the housing is out. The pump housing is out. So this bit here is what's gone wrong. It's a big thing. Should stand this way. It's a big item. Look at that thing. And it's got a little tensioner on it. That's the original tensioner from Ford. Most likely this part is the original part. But look how unfortunate it is that they used a metal connection pipe connector right there, metal one, but here they decided to use a plastic one. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to do that. No sense at all. I don't get it. Why? I think they were hoping this would break, so you'd be forced to buy another one, because it doesn't make any sense to make 2 different pipes here. This fresh pipe, look at that, all the connections are fresh. Everything's good, except that. Now, can I cheat the system? That's what connects to it right there. That's the connection right there that's broken off. Wow, Ford, yeah? Clever. Very clever, guys. Ford. Clever. Clever. Now I'm really curious. What could you do here? You know what? If to be cheeky, I could possibly get one of these pipes here made up and actually fit it in like they've done this one, because maybe a screw-on one, like put a thread in it. If I take this to a metal worker, a fabricator, they could possibly do it. Alloy here, put an alloy here. Interesting problem. No, it just doesn't make any sense. Why? I just don't get why. But is it worth it though, to do all that work? Is it worth it to get this made with alloy to go in here? I guess it was too complicated. It was too complicated to do that bend going like that, because it comes out and then it turns, it hooks like that. So technically I think it was too hard to make it out of one piece, so they went for a plastic fitting. Wow, guys, honestly. Okay. Alright guys, I'm gonna pause this video and see where I get up to next. Okay, I'm giving up for the day. I've done as much as I can do today. These are the parts I've gotten out of it today. Look at that. I've done a bit within the last 2 hours. 2 hours I managed to pull all this off, minus the hose, the small hose, but I'll do that because the shop is right there. I'll just buy a new one. Yeah, that down there, I need a special tool
to pull that hose off. It's terrible. That hose right there. It's look at that. It's terrible. It's in terrible shape. Needs to be replaced. Otherwise, this won't last long. I might as well, since I've already taken this stuff out of the way. It's a little bit more money. I'll see what I can find tomorrow. It's already like 8 o'clock. No, it's 7 o'clock now. So there's nothing more you can do. Shops are closed. I'm gonna lock it up. Decide where I'm gonna leave this car. Perhaps I'll leave that Red Rooster over there. They're closed as well. I don't think there's any action, which is yeah, I could probably leave it over there, leave it at that corner there, so it's nicely in a nicely lit up place, or I'll leave it on the opposite side over there. It looks more, you know, cozy, where people can't see it so easily. I might leave it there. Yeah, and then I'll come back in the morning and continue my repair. So I'm just packing everything now. Finish my drink. I'll throw that in the bin. I'll find a tap somewhere, wash my hands. I got spare water in here. I got plenty of water. Ooh, look at that. That's another good thing about this car. Look at this. I could fit a drink in there. I got 2 bottles of water. I haven't even touched these ones yet. Look at that. It's got such a deep center, and I still got stuff under there. Look at that. I got a box under there. It's got a deep center console, honestly, and it keeps the drinks cool. For some reason, when I put my drinks in there, they don't get hot. Even if the car's hot, it doesn't get hot down there easily. It's like kind of insulated, I think. So, first drink of water. Anyway, let's go wash my hands now. Let's take a walk. Where will I leave these things? Let me put these somewhere, then we'll take a walk.